Don't mind it if it says Final Fantasy 3, that's normal. It was called 3 for the longest of times. Well, yeah, what can I say? When it's on the same emulator and I just have to... The title of the screen is already changed and I just have to switch to a different overlay. That's what happens. You ready, Jeff? You playing too? Don't even know how you moved your mouse that fast. Respect. Long ago, the War of the Magi reduced the world to a scorched wasteland and magic simply ceased to exist. In the other PC ports of 3 and 5, for example, you could always pause the game. 1,000 years have passed. Iron, gunpowder, and steam engines have been rediscovered and high technology reigns. But there are some who would enslave the world by reviving the dread destructive force known as magic. Hi, Kefka. Can it be that those in power are on the verge of repeating a senseless and deadly mistake? Maybe they realize that with that you could always pause and during a battle take as much time as you want. Well, you can pause during battles, I think, in the original. I think the start button lets you pause a battle anytime you want. Besides, you can set the game to wait mode. You don't have to play in active mode. I always play in wait mode, personally. There's the town. Hard to believe an Esper's been found intact there, 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Maggie or Magi? I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that, but anyway. I think it's still alive? Probably, judging from the urgency of our orders. And this woman, this sorcerer, why is she here? I heard she fried 50 of our magic tech armored soldiers in under 3 minutes. Not to worry, the slave crown on her head robs her of all conscious thoughts. She'll follow orders. We'll approach from the east. Move out. Hironobu Sakaguchi. Marching towards Narsh. Narsh. I always pronounce it Narsh, so don't stone me if I'm not pronouncing it the way you would. I always said Narsh. slower in the PC version. Translator Ted Woolsey. Yeah, there is such a word as Woolseyism. After you press start, let's put her on point. No sense taking any risks. Forward. You didn't press it? Imperial Magitek Armor. Not even Nourish is safe anymore. Yeah, I don't know if the game is on wait mode by default. I should check that out. Vix gained a level. Wedge gained a level. Yeah, it's on wait mode by default and not active. How should I do what? I like battles to be fast. Pause the stream and play, or play after you finish your stream. I don't know. It's your call. Controller single, yeah, no. Machine writing, self-important swine. Take this. I don't know, if the game plays slower on PC, you're always gonna fall back behind, so... Erase my memory, play it. It might, because it's not on a cartridge, it's not very simplistic graphics, it's higher resolution, so... Hey, you'd be surprised, the PlayStation version had load times, so... Even though it could probably load the entire game in RAM and just play it from there, it had load times, so... It's not the best version to play. Well, tell you what, I'm going to grind a little bit in the Narish's caves. But not much, so you can catch up a little bit. Because usually I do so anyway when I play for myself. If you like, yeah, okay. Do it the way you want. We've got them trapped now. Pincer attack. I always like the aesthetic of this game. .44 experience points. Yeah, question mark gained a level. What level is she right now? 4? Okay. We must defend the mines! Let's use missiles. I think her poison attack with her Magitek armor has a multi-target effect or something. Yeah, heal yourselves. According to our source, the frozen Esper was found in the new mine shaft. Maybe this one? Caves. Were rats. Save points. An eerie glow surrounds you. Want info about save points? No thanks. I like the music in Narsh. I'll handle this. Stay back. Stand back. Okay, before we go any further, then I will grind a little and hopefully Jeff will be able to catch up a little. Let's say until she's level 6. The good thing about Final Fantasy VI is that if you keep grinding your characters up to a certain point, when the new ones join, they are always around the same level as you. So they don't have to play catch up to become as strong as the others. They're not dead weights as soon as they join. And that's cool. Okay, 59 points for next level. But you can't avoid battles, though. It's completely random. Bioblast, I think that hits everyone. Ah, but that healed them because their element is poison. Okay. Well, my bad. And because they have the status effect poison now, it's almost like they're regenerating their health. It's not in green anymore for some reason. Okay, a fight more or two. I can't tell, they're wearing glasses? One more fight maybe, and then she will gain a level. It's not at all required to grind this early. It's maybe even a bit overkill, but they don't keep their Magitech armor for very long, though, by the way. Because that makes them OP when you start, just for you to get used to the battle mechanics, I suppose. But they will soon lose their armor, because otherwise the game would be way too easy. I do think you get to fight with those armor again later, though. not the only point in the game where you use them. Okay, she gained a level. How much more now if I want to give her one more? Yeah, that's kind of a lot. I'm not gonna progress much through the story today. Well, yeah, I still don't have anything to do with the save point at the moment, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't regenerate your health or anything. I keep forgetting about this. What? I was right there as well? Well, I was gonna say, Jeff, at the save point? Okay. Who has more experience? I don't know, maybe me. I was gonna say, Jeff, when I'm not streaming, you can keep playing anyway, so that way you don't have to worry about spoiling yourself with the stream, I would say. Because me, I will not be progressing through the story off stream regardless. So you might want, after today's stream, to keep playing, keep going further. So that way you don't have to worry about how far am I, how far is he. I will say something, not because I want to spoil you, but because I don't want you to regret this. There will be a point early on in the story where you have to go through a cave to a town called South Figaro. Remember this. Do not open a single treasure chest in that cave. Please. When going through South Figaro, through a cave, do not open a single treasure chest, because later on in the game you will be going through that cave a second time, and the treasure chests will have better stuff inside if you haven't opened them the first time. It's a secret in the game, but it's not something that you would think of or find out by yourself playing it blind. And there are really good items too. Yeah, so keep that in mind. It's an hour or two within the game, so... Well, after this fight, I will be... You can keep playing, by the way, Jeff, if you want to keep going, so that way you're always ahead of me. But I will be fighting the boss now. Coming up. Okay. Not that I expect to die. Ah, okay. Nice work with the new emotes. They're just a bit of fun. I should have done them a long time ago. I don't know if they're already available though. Because they were uploaded to Twitch yesterday, but they were not available. Yeah, they're not available to you guys, I suppose. You saw them on the Discord. Yeah, I saw your comment and stuff, yeah. Hold it. Think back to our briefing. What about it? One face looks much younger. That's because it's an older picture, yeah. That was an older one, that one. Yeah, it's probably from 10 years ago, yeah. Do you recall hearing about the monster that eats lightning? It stores the energy in its shell. Right, so whatever you do, don't attack the shell. Alright already. It's gonna retreat in its shell now. Or shortly, anyway. Yeah, there we go. After 2 attacks, I think it's gonna retreat again, so hold your horses. Oh, I might have had enough time to squeeze in another attack, I guess. Yeah, okay. Ah, what it said. Okay. This is the Frozen Esper. Yeah, the name is completely different in the new translation. It's not tree talk like this. Hey, what's the matter? Do you know something we don't? The frozen creature began emitting an eerie light. Where's that light coming from? Ah! Hey, Wedge! Where are you? What's happening? I can't recall what the name is in the new translation. Varley Munga or something like that? I can't quite recall. Where am I? Whoa, and I only just removed the crown. It hurts. Easy. This is a slave crown. The others had complete control over you while you were wearing it. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry. It'll all come back to you. In time, that is. A mysterious young woman controlled by the Empire and born with the gift of magic. Hey, why is it dark like that bottom section? That's weird. That's a quirk of the emulator, that. Ah, well. No matter. Do I leave the Ted Woolsey names, or should I rename her to her Japanese counterpart? Ah, well, let's leave the name as is, I suppose. This is what most people will remember. My name is Terra. One can be Jeff. Nah, but in the Japanese version, she's called Tina and not Terra. Impressive. I've never heard of anyone recovering this fast. Yeah, so I was pondering. When I play for myself, I tend to revert the names back to their Japanese originals, but I guess this time I will leave them to their default version. Open up! Give us back the girl and the Empire's magic armor. Open this door! We want that girl! She's an officer of the Empire! Empire? Magitek armor? Look, I have to get you out of here. I don't have time to explain. Over here. No. First, received elixir. Make your way out through the mines. I'll keep these brutes occupied. Make your way out through the mines. Yeah, okay, no, okay. You already said that. She's up there! I don't know what she has equipped. A basic knife, I think. He attacked himself? $54 GB. What does she have equipped? Ah, mithril knife. Okay. Well, Biggs and Wedge are already gone. I should crank up the speed of the battles because it takes a long time to charge up that ATB gauge. Yeah, right. I like my battles to be snappy. Phoenix down. Received sleeping bag. It's a dead end, I think, to the left. Ah, she gained a level. And learned a new spell. Okay. Got her! You're not getting away! You beat the boss? Came just to say that. We'll pause now. Okay, Jeff. Flashback. My sweet little magic user. With this slave crown, I'll practically own you. I'm not in control, by the way. Good. Burn up everything. We stand on the brink of a major breakthrough. In the days to come, we'll witness a total revival of magic. It is our destiny and ours alone to take this mystic force and claim what is rightfully ours. With our newfound power, nothing can stand in our way. Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gessel! And they make the Nazi salute. Kinda. That's kind of what it is. Took you long enough. How goes the robbing and plundering trade? treasure hunter and trail-worn traveler searching the world over for relics of the past. Luck. I prefer the term treasure hunting. Ha! Semantic nonsense. There's a huge difference. Anyway, were you the one who sent for me? Yeah, there's a girl I'd like you to meet. This better not have anything to do with that Magitek riding Imperial witch. Imperial troops are pursuing her even as we speak. This town is no match for the Empire. Our independence can only be assured if we join forces with the Returners, an underground resistance movement. That girl wasn't responsible for her actions. We must get her to understand our dilemma. Alright, I think we'd better help her. Agreed. Make your way first to Figaro and talk to the king. You have to select her a name. Well, this is the Western name for her, yeah. It's the default Western name. And that's what I left for her. I left it to... I will leave the default name for everyone. Now we gotcha! Wonderful. There's a whole bunch of them. Kupo! Muggles? Are you saying you want to help me? Yeah, it's the same. Kupo! Use us to save Terra from the guards. Need more information? Nah, I'm good. Back to pause, okay. Okay, here. Enemies will be coming from the bottom and trying to reach Terra. You have to prevent that from happening. Tusk. You have select on X to switch between characters in battle. That's what I have. Well, the top button on the controller. I don't understand what you mean. Yeah, well, for me it's A. It's the Nintendo way in every Nintendo game under the sun. And actually, it's the way it is even on PlayStation in Japan. Well, I'd like him to gain a few levels if possible. And that one to have fought at least once. Master the new dance. Because Mog can dance. Good going, Muggles. Wait. Don't let that happen. Dance. Dusk Requiem. Goodbye. Okay. Defeat the commander. Steal from the boss. If you can. Ah, missed. Ah! Come on, steal the mithril knife. Or whatever it was. I'm gonna die. Yep. I am done for, I think. Ah, there we go. Ah, dead. Okay. Uh-oh. Dead. What he missed? Oh, I'm so dead. Goodbye. Annihilated. Although... Well, you just said get sent back to Terra, but does he get to keep... Oh yeah, he got to keep the mithril knife. Okay, well that's good then. I'll just use a different party of Mughals. Well, but they're almost dead too. Hey, hey. Wait, that cave-in didn't do much. Ah, okay, there we go. Well, luck would have been better off with that extra experience, but... Thanks, Mughals. We're in your debt. Ah! What do... Oh, okay. I pressed the loading state button, but because I never saved anything, it didn't do anything. I think this switch will... You back with us now? You saved me. Save your thanks for the Mughals. Oh, I can't remember anything past or present. You have amnesia? And his reaction of surprise has a lot of meaning, actually, because he has a history with amnesia, but I will say no more for the time being. A man said my memory would come back. Give it time. You're safe with me. I give you my word. I won't leave you until your memory returns. By the way, the secret entrance might be useful someday. Don't forget about it. That was supposed to be a joke, but yeah, right. She didn't laugh about the don't forget about it thing. I know there's nothing here. This is a classroom for the beginner. Here, we answer your questions about the world. Think of us as your advisors. You can freely heal yourself here, so... There we go. This is water from a recovery spring. It'll restore your HP and MP. Such springs are located throughout the world. I can't confirm her name as Terra when I press X to confirm. Aren't you playing with a controller? I thought you were playing with a controller. It also puts an X at the end of her name, becoming Terra. I thought you meant X as on a controller. Yeah, of course, if you're playing with the keyboard, the button, the action bindings are going to be completely different. I have no idea what they are on the PC. No idea at all. Terax is also a nice name. Choose with the A button, cancel the choice with the B button, view the main menu with the X button. When buying armor and weapons, you'll see some symbols next to your characters. Triangles pointing up indicate increasing battle power. Ctrl-Alt-Delete is the command on PC, usually, yeah, for a lot of things. Indicates no change in battle power. E means the item is already equipped. Yeah, I don't have to read all of this, I'm just here for the treasure mostly. Monster in a box. Tincture. Valuables are often hidden in pots such as this one, and it's often tincture as it happens. Okie dokie. This is SNES, the original, unaltered. As vanilla as you can get. So that means Ted Woolsey translation though, for better or for worse. I'm nostalgic for it, not everyone is. Okay, well that's it. I got everything I wanted from here. I don't need their explanations. Someone suggested some CV Reynolds bug fix, but I don't even know how to emulate right now. Yeah, this game is not without its bugs. Yeah, unfortunately, if you're playing it vanilla. I mean, you really have to go out of your way to run into them, in my experience, but it's not without its bugs. Yeah, it's true. I think none of the official releases, unless perhaps the sort of pseudo HD 2D version that's available on Android and on PC, unless those are free of those bugs, but anything that's based on the SNES version, like the PlayStation 1 version, Game Boy Advance, all of those have some bugs of their own. yeah. They were a bit weak when they start off like this. Alright. You have the Steam version and you realize it looks like shit compared to the original, so now you're gathering info on how to make that work. There are some arguments for the Game Boy Advance version, with lots of patches being nice. And I have played the game like that before. It's true that there is a lot to be said about the Game Boy Advance version, having perhaps a better translation, more detailed for one thing, and it has fewer bugs than the SNES version, but still some bugs, and you can fix the sound to some extent, but not completely. And the graphics can be fixed too in the Game Boy Advance version with a patch to restore the colors to their original SNES counterpart, so it doesn't look too washed out. And you can even make the opera scene of the game fully voiced in the Game Boy Advance version. I have patched my game to make it like that. It's a bit weird, but it's not bad either. I don't know if I would call it better, because the sound really sounds very compressed. The voices, I mean. Wait. Oh, hey, oh, it's you. Proceed. Okay. You mean this young woman? Checking her up, checking her out from top to bottom. Yeah, typical him. Who do you think you are? Oh, sorry. How rude of me to turn my back to a lady. The young king of Firo Castle, allied to the Empire and a master designer of machinery. And a womanizer. A big womanizer. People go through so much trouble because devs can't remaster their own games properly. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's completely true. Hold on. I am having some issues right here. Oh, no, okay. Thought my OBS was messing up a bit. Edgar! I am Edgar, King of Figaro. Surprised someone like me knows a king? Talk to you later. So, you're an imperial soldier. No problem. Figaro and the Empire are allies. Please, relax while you're here. It's not in my blood to harm a lady. I will do what you said, play ahead of you, and when you stream, I will watch the stream. Yeah, Jeff, because if you have to keep switching between the two, you're always gonna run into some stuff that you may not have seen already. I mean, I'm still here for about an hour and a half today, and I will keep progressing through the story, so... And I will reserve any grinding sessions for off-stream, so that way you can keep playing at your own rhythm, and then whenever you watch the stream, you will not be spoiling yourself, hopefully anyway. I'll give you 3 reasons. First of all, your beauty has captivated me. Yeah, typical Edgar. Second, I'm dying to know if I'm your type. I guess your abilities would be a distant third. What's with you anyway? He's talking about ROMs and emulations allowed on streams. I don't want to get people into trouble. No, honestly, I own the game, so personally, I don't think like I'm doing anything wrong by emulating it. It just makes it easier to capture anyway. You know, I've bought this game multiple times already by now, so I've more than played my part into making the developer richer, so I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong myself. I suppose a normal girl would have found him dashing, but I'm hardly normal. Feel free to wander about. It's okay with me anyway. It's not a complicated game to emulate, so I'd say any most up-to-date version of any SNES emulator would be good. If you have a good enough PC, you should go to Higan, which is the most accurate emulator you can get, but it can get some, even though it's just SNES games, it can make even the best PC slow down in some circumstances. Maybe not with this game, because the cartridge didn't have any special chip inside or anything like that that would make it more complicated to emulate. But SNES 9X 1.60 or something like that is good enough in my opinion. Here I have an issue with the graphics. I'm not quite sure why. With the graphics and menus, there's something wrong with the gradient. But Higan, Higan, is the most accurate emulator you can get, though, to get as close to the original experience as you can get. One's plenty. I already have one. Well, my laptop is about the same. As long as I'm not asking of my laptop to do anything else, it can run Higan with no problems. But encoding video for the stream and playing the game at the same time, I was running into some issues when I was trying to emulate Super Mario RPG, which I streamed before this one. I was dropping some frames sometimes. But if you're just playing it for yourself, not doing anything else with your PC at the same time, I'd say you should be fine. Need a rest? No. Though Edgar showers his attentions on women, most are too smart to pay any attention to him. Poor Edgar. Yeah, no problem. He recently tried to hit on the High Priestess. Surely he's talked to you. Thank you for the follow. Edgar has a twin brother. He was such a nice boy. Brother, what's wrong with father? What's all this talk of his successor? Are you blind? Look how thin his face has become. What is it? Brother! Tears? Edgar's twin brother, who traded the throne for his own freedom. Yeah, his name is Mash in Japanese, not Sabin. Don't drop frames, please. Oh, nice, okay. Matron. Yes, his name is Salmon. Oh, he looked so like his father. When he ran away, he was a sweet little child. I wonder what he's like now. His Highness said he'd marry me when I get older. Figaro Castle is the most modern structure in the world. This is where this scene was taking place before. Oh well. I think you're supposed to go back to the throne room. I'm not entirely sure. Might be. Yeah. I have to go back to the throne room now. I think you're meant to see the scene about Sabin, and then leave. And then go back to the throne room, but I'm not entirely sure. You're just told to wander around the castle without any particular objective specified, so... Ah, yeah, okay. Well, how do you like my castle? King Edgar, someone from the Empire to see you. Probably Kefka. Emperor Gestel's stupid orders. Edgar, you pinhead, why do you have to live in the middle of nowhere? These recon jobs are the pits. Ahem, there's sand on my boots. Yes, sir. All set, sir. Idiots! Sir Kefka, what on earth do? Out of my way! I thought we were allies. What are you doing in my domain? You've been busy down south, looking for more cities to destroy? That's for us to know. What brings Kefka, humble servant of Emperor Gestel, into our lowly presence? A girl of no importance recently escaped from us. We heard she found refuge here. This wouldn't have anything to do with this witch everyone's been whispering about, would it? Lies! She merely stole something of minor value. Is she here? That's a tough one. You see, there are more girls here than grains of sand out there. I can't keep track of them all. I'd hate to be you if we find out you're lying. I truly hope nothing happens to your precious Figaro. I'd say that guy is missing a few buttons. Where's Terra? Take her to her room. I'd love to chat with you, but the Chancellor and I must plan our strategy. Sometimes I hate being a king, if you'll excuse me. Follow me. Actually, I'm ahead of him, but okay. And now he's in front of me. What, because you're used to emulating the SNES on Mac OS X? Critics? OpenEMU? Don't you worry about a thing. You're a luck, right? Edgar told me about you. Is it true you're a thief? That's treasure hunter! On the surface, Edgar pretends to support the Empire. The truth is, he's collaborating with the Returners, an organization opposed to the Empire. I am his contact with that group. The old man you met in Narsh is one of us. Empire? But I'm a soldier of the Empire. That's not true. They were using you. Things are different now. I don't understand. What should I do? OpenEMU has a compatibility to all the big emulators. There's RetroArch on the PC that's kind of like that too. It's just one program that runs all kinds of different platforms, I guess you could say. You just select which cores you want to install to add compatibility with more systems, and then you run from there. But that can be a bit more complicated to set up, though, I find. RetroArch. I can't tell you what to do. You don't have to decide right now. You'll soon find your way. RetroArch, for example, is what I'm using on my Wii U right now. You don't have to decide right now. You'll soon find your way. But how will I know which way is right? What the? What's happening? It's the Empire! It's Kefka! What are you doing? Fire! Fire! Yeah, that's the soldiers talking. Bring me the girl, now! I don't know what you're talking about. Then, welcome to my barbecue! Get ready. Yes, sir. Changed your mind? I guess I have no choice. Or maybe I do. Ah! Shameful that a king should flee, leaving his people behind. How utterly delightful. Jump! Okay, dive now! Yahoo! Figaro, submerge mode engaged. No one can touch the people of Figaro. Go! Get them! Oh yeah, get ready for that scene. Fire. You like the sprites? Yeah, I like them too. I like how much detail they cram into them, even though they're pretty low resolution. Edgar, what's the matter? You look positively spooked. Did you just see what I saw? Yeah, this kid seems loaded for bear. She's amazing. That was magic. M-A-G-I-C. Magic. Magic? She used magic? Terra, where on earth did you learn that? Oh, sorry, Look, I didn't mean to make such a big deal of this. Me either. It's just that I've never actually seen magic before. Where did you... Edgar, Terra can use magic, and we can't. That's the only difference between us. The fact is, we could use her help. Thank you, Luck. Thank you, Edgar. She blinks. Yeah, I think the sprites are not... Yeah, that's a bit creepy. Stop swooning. Yeah, the sprites are not supposed to be in front of the text boxes. I'm gonna have to find some way to fix this. Because if this is like that for the whole game, it's not gonna be okay for me. The sprites are supposed to pass behind the text boxes. Why is it that they don't? Try a different core in RetroArch. There's more than one SNES emulator in RetroArch on the Wii U, so I'm gonna try a different one if I can. Bravo, Figaro! Ah yeah, the famous, iconic line. Son of a submariner! Pay for this! Yeah, this is typical Ted Woolsey stuff. There are memes about that line, by the way, son of a submariner. If you want to look it up, you'll see lots of references to that. It's been memed to death, that line. And a certain thing in the game later on, but I will not spoil it yet because it's awesome. Was that a bad person? I'm scared. Terra, there's someone I'd like you to meet. We're members of the Returners. Our mentor, Bannon, would certainly like to meet you. Magic is going to be the key to winning this war. Magic? Terra has magical powers. That Esper seemed to react to her. Can there be some connection? I haven't the foggiest. It just seems natural to me that I have to use the use of this power. But no human is born with the powers you seem to have, and... yeah, no human. She's gonna take it the bad way. I apologize. What should I do? I'm sure the Empire is going to come after you. If they get their hands on you again, the world's finished. Terra, you want to understand your own powers, right? Then I think we need to consult with Bannon. Please. Okay, to the south there's a cave that leads to South Figaro. And there's a cave. King Gedgar, where are you headed? Through the cave and eastward to South Figaro. Return to the castle and tell the others we're safe. Yes, sir. Take care. Recovery spring. Yeah, this is the cave where you have to refrain from opening any treasure chest. Best to leave them there. And it's a bit random too, because it's the only location in the game that's like that. So you wouldn't think of it naturally. Yeah, that weapon, auto crossbow, is completely OP at this point in the game. Less useful later on, but... because it has lots of tools that can deal a fixed amount of damage, I think, regardless of his stats or level. He gets a chainsaw later on that can insta-kill pretty much any basic enemy in the game. I should have used the auto crossbow here, even if it's just a single target. Yeah, right. It deals more damage than his basic weapon anyway. What's that smell? Flowers. His favorite. And this, his favorite tea. These dishes, they were his favorite. Who could that possibly be? Sabin, he was here? Ah, crap, I should have talked to that guy. Go back, go back. What the? You know this guy? Of course, he left a couple of days ago after he heard Master Duncan was slain. He headed into the mountains. I heard Duncan's son, Vargas, is missing as well. I have a bad feeling about this. And then he leaves. Yeah. Oh, make me jump. I almost didn't expect it. Let's follow this man. He's at the cafe. At the very least, you could give me a response. Stand back. He seems vaguely familiar. Wait a minute. He owes allegiance to no one, and will do anything for money. He comes and goes like the wind. Shadow. That's Shadow. He'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. Better steer clear of him, I guess. Leave us. The dog eats strangers. Duncan made his son Vargas practice a strict martial arts lifestyle. Vargas resented it. The Empire has been invading one town after the next. We're not safe here. The guy at the corner, he's kinda creepy. Duncan's students have no peers. You may notice how the lines of dialogue are all kinda short in this game, and that's because of lack of cartridge space to store more complicated sentences, I guess. The English script takes more room than the Japanese one. And because of that, they had to simplify some of the dialogue, unfortunately, for it to fit. That was common practice in those days, so... Equip relics to gain a variety of abilities. These doubled my walking speed. Hello, Kupo. Relics give your party members a variety of abilities. For example, Sprint Shoes double your speed. True Knight lets you shield others during battle. Dragon Boots add the jump command to your battle list. Gauntlet allows you to hold a sword with both hands. Use the main menu to equip up to 2 relics per person. Jewel Ring. Star Pendant. Protects against poison. Protects against dark and petrify. Protects against dark. Sprint Shoes, yeah, that's definitely useful. Before I buy more though, I'm gonna try to update their equipment. All of them. Yeah, there. Okay, Mithril Blade. Regal Cutlass. Okay, I don't have to buy a Mithril Blade because once I replace Edgar's with the Regal Cutlass, that one's gonna become available for luck. Okay. Heavy Shield. 3. Hairband. Plumed Hat. Which one is best? Defense 12, Defense 14. Okay. 3 of those. Cotton Robe, Kung Fu Suit. Let's just use Optimum. There we go. What level are they now, by the way? 6, 8, and 9. Kinda low. Did you hear? Figaro Castle sank into the sand. You couldn't find it even if you knew where to look. Relic. Alright, that should allow me to move faster. Has war really begun? I'd better return home. Wait a minute. Can you already go there? Received elixir. Attack from the east. That way. Hey, what do you think you're doing barging in here while I'm trying to write a letter? Oh, sorry, even a millionaire can be startled. Yeah, he's writing to the Empire to tell them how to attack the town. There's always a nasty draft in this room. Where is this coming from? From there. Yeah, he's a traitor. Normally, you're not meant to find that location at this point in the game, but because I know about it... No clock key yet. Nah, I don't have it yet. Yo, obviously, yeah, it's too early. Hi, DM Stewart, 1981. Yeah, you need the clock key to keep going. Yeah, you could tell at a glance which point in the game I am at, because it's not the right music to be that moment in the game, and besides, Edgar wouldn't be with me if that was the second visit to this town, shall we say. Okay. I'm not done exploring town yet. What's more? What else? Come on. Out of the way, old man. This town will go down. This town will go down fighting, even with their magic armor. We'll make it tough on them. Got stuck the first time you played this game because you couldn't figure out how to get on the bridge on Mount Colts. Is it something where you have to walk to the end of the screen or something and seem to walk towards the back of the screen to go on the back of the mountain or something like that? My husband Duncan is a world-famous martial artist. He's taking his disciples to Mount Colts for meditation and training. My grandfather was a servant for the richest man in town. You didn't get how to get onto the rope bridge? Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess you have to be standing in a specific position and press right and then or left, and then your character just kind of goes down into it. Yeah, it may not necessarily appear obvious just from looking at it, I guess. Receive tonic. I'm looking for all these hidden items right now. I know there's some more over there. Alright, that might be it, I think. For this town. Nothing in the clock. Clocks often have elixirs in them. Most of the time, clocks have elixirs and yellow pots have tinctures in them. That's the basic rule in the game, I suppose. Well, alright then, I think I'm done in this town. I've updated my equipment. My level is a little bit low, but I don't want to grind too much for now. Or I guess I could. Maybe a little, just to get Terra's level a bit higher at least. Oh well, she just gained a level. Because those big enemies, like the one I just killed, I think it's what, 150 points of experience or something like that. But it's more than most enemies in the area, so. And you can rest freely in the bed in Sabin's house there, so I always found that to be a good time and place to be grinding a bit. I usually try to have an average level of 9 when trigger the Vargas fight so that Sabin comes in with suplex. Yeah, I usually go a little bit higher than that myself. But yeah, having suplex is nice. Well, they basically tell you to use pummel, but I think when he joins, he's always 2 levels higher than your highest leveled character or something like that. Yeah, for those that haven't played the game yet, I was kind of trying to keep that a surprise for when it happens. It's been memed to death, that thing, and I love it for that reason. But I just love to do that too. Too higher from the average. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, no problem. Too higher from the average it is. Ah, okay, that's the rule then. I never really looked into it, but it always seems to be about 2 levels higher than most, because most of the time they are mostly at the same level. I guess the other 3 characters. Oh, Terra is in trouble. Well, I guess I could keep going a bit. Especially when it's against these guys. Plus, as soon as you have Edgar, you can use the auto crossbow, which makes grinding a cinch. At this point, characters joining always key off of the average level of all available characters, so it's usually a good idea to keep your characters around the same levels. That's my general rule in most JRPGs anyway, so. But this one was one of the first I played, I guess, in that sense. So a lot of the things that I do in RPGs these days when I play them, I do them because of my experience with Final Fantasy VI. On luck, I guess, but I can always sleep at the house, so I'm sticking around that area where the house is so that I can always retreat back to it and sleep. And like I said, those enemies are good for experience around here, especially the Rhinotaur, that one. It gives you more experience than most. Yeah, 82. Yeah, she will soon be level 8. That's kind of why I usually grind in Narsh with her early on. So that Lux level when he joins is a little bit higher, and then Edgar's and so on. That reduces the amount of grinding later on, but grinding on stream is not my favorite thing to do. Because it's kind of repetitive, it's not going anywhere from an appearance standpoint, I guess. But it's kind of required. These games are not particularly grindy, in my opinion. As in, you don't have to grind for hours to get anywhere. But unlike something like Breath of Fire or Breath of Fire 2, especially the original versions on Super Nintendo, unaltered. On Game Boy Advance, they reduced that a little bit. They tweaked it so that you wouldn't have to grind quite as much. But the original versions, Jesus, these games are, along with some of the older Dragon Quest games, I think they are amongst the more grindy examples of JRPGs. You have to spend hours just to gain money to be able to buy stuff, and just to have the right level to continue playing. But when I was younger, I didn't have many more games to play, so I kinda had to put up with it. Yeah, the RPGs I played in those days were Chrono Trigger, this one, Breath of Fire 1 and 2. What else was there? Well, Secret of Mana is an action RPG. Secret of Evermore as well. You're currently on your first Chrono Trigger playthrough. You will want to play it more than once though, Quelix, to get different endings. I will say no more. I'll just shut my mouth. Just know that. Well, she's out of magic, so a few more fights and then I'm gonna go sleeping. Thank you for the follow, DM Stewart. I'm still trying to think of other JRPGs I played in those days. Well, Earthbound was one of those that I did not play when I was little. I only played that blind the other day, so just entered the corridor of time. Can't play much more right now as you're busy. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, if you have your thesis coming up in a few weeks, that makes sense. Don't want to get distracted too much. Guys. Well, believe it or not, I only played and streamed that for the very first time just last week. I had never played it before. I've owned it on the Wii U Virtual Console for the longest time and only finally got around to playing it very recently. And it was amazing. I loved it. In all its weird glory. I had already played Mother 1, Or Earthbound 0, or Earthbound Beginnings, if you prefer. Strangely enough, I played that one before I played Earthbound. And eventually, someday, I will play Mother 3. I would like them to re-release it in some kind of official way. Because I could emulate it, okay, yeah, and give myself the excuse that, well, they don't want me to play it because they don't make it available easily. But still, I would still rather pay for it than not. That's my philosophy anyway. It's always a bit awkward if I just download a game I don't own and play it. I don't feel the same motivation to complete it, for one thing. Because if it's not on my backlog of games that I own, I'm not quite as motivated to play it. Because I already have like 100 games to play, so and I'm actually not exaggerating all that much when I say 100. I have a lot of games to play still. I have a huge backlog. And this is not gonna get any smaller with Metro Redux that I just ordered and Trials of Mana that I have not yet received. Although in that case I've played the original, so... Yeah, I didn't mention Seiken Densetsu 3 because this is not exactly a game that I grew up with. I bought it after the fact, a long time later. Before the prices of used SNES games started to become the crazy kind of thing that it is these days. So I've already played the original, just not recently though. How is your area handling the plague? Schools will reopen in a few weeks. It's been announced. We are progressively getting out of the lockdown period. Well, step by step anyway. And if they see that things start getting worse again just because we are trying to get things to go back to normal, they'll just stop the process and go back to full lockdown. But we're close to start reopening things, at least. The number of new infections is on the way down, the number of death is on the way down, and the number of people in the admitted in the hospitals because they're infected is dramatically going down at the moment, so things are getting better. But, you know, knock on wood, right? Don't want to jinx it or anything. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Okay, level 9. Well, I'm gonna give one extra level to Terra. Your state is putting out of the shutdown, even though our infections are going up because our governor is stupid. Well, it's extremely bad for the economy. I wouldn't want to be the person to have to decide for these sort of things, you know? And meanwhile, I'm in Belgium, our neighboring country in the Netherlands. They didn't do any shutdown of any kind. Well, they closed schools, but that's about it. But shops are still open, people are still allowed to go out on the street and stuff just the same. And they didn't have more infections than we did with the lockdown. So I think it's safer to have it. But some countries who don't do it are not doing as bad as you'd think, so it raises questions, you know. I'm not saying it's wrong to do it, but they had more death, though. With the same amount of infections, as percentage of the population, I mean, they still had, I'd say, 5 to 10% more death than we did. So there's that, I guess, for your numbers. How far away is she? Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe 10 more fights or so. Well, not if it's these guys, anyway. Our infection rate per capita still isn't terrible. Yeah, here I think it's 6%, I think, of the population or something like that. Last I heard, anyway. I'm not suspended to my phone checking the news every second to see how we're faring. I just mind my own business and just stay inside. And just wait for this to be over for the most part. Although I am the one shopping for the family every day, so. Of the whole household here, I am the one who spends the most time outside, I guess you could say. Just a bit more to go. Yeah, they're getting better. I think you are ending the stream very soon anyway, right? 40 minutes or thereabouts. I will do the next section before I end the stream. I will do the mountain section next, and then I think that the stream will be over for today. Yeah, okay, you're welcome. Because ideally, once I get Sabin, I would like to maybe grind a little bit off stream to get their level high enough until the party gets split. I think that would be for the best. Yep, bye colleagues. Have a nice one. See you tomorrow if you can make it. And I will try off stream to have that issue with the graphics fixed, because this is kind of annoying. It's not a complicated game to emulate, but I didn't expect to see it have that sort of graphical error. Thanks, Edgar, for being so awesome. Okay. Not much more. And then it's out onto the mountains. These guys don't give you much. Yeah, by comparison, the other guy gives me over 80 points of experience. And it goes down pretty quick. The Rhino Tor. It's been a while since I played the Game Boy Advance version, so I can't recall the differences in the names and stuff. The one thing that bothers me with the Game Boy Advance version is that, well, because there is a Monster S encyclopedia, I feel obliged to play it, so to complete it, so to speak. So that kind of takes away from the experience for me. I did it once, having the complete Monster encyclopedia. That was enough for me. That took forever, especially since there are some missables, and the Monster Encyclopedia actually doesn't have all the monsters in the Game Boy Advance version. It's still missing some. Some of them have rages. I remember that being a pain. Well, okay, let's save here, I guess, before I head in. Yeah, see how the characters appear in front of the dialogue box down there. That shouldn't happen. This is a glitch. And I don't know why this is happening. Shouldn't happen. Okay, if I remember this correctly, you can steal some nice pieces of equipment from those Indian-looking guys, I guess. If I see any, I think it's equipment for the head. If I remember this. Yeah, those. I think you can steal some stuff from them. Now, well, obviously it missed. I'd like to verify this. That didn't work. Ah. The success rate is pretty low. Well, not high enough to my taste anyway. Ah, there we go, a bandana. I think it's better than what I currently have. Whose defense is the lowest? Defense 110. Well, hers. That makes sense. Bandana. Yeah, see? You get a little boost. Extra boost compared to what you otherwise would have equipped. You can buy them later if you're patient. It's not like you have to get them from here, but I like to do so anyway. This was one of the good things about having a Monster Encyclopedia in the Game Boy Advance version, because at least you would know about these sort of things. What they drop and stuff. In that sense, that was nice. And that's a relic. No? I thought it was. What is it? Oh, it's a dagger. Randomly evades an enemy's attack. That's for him then, probably. Oh yeah. Raises speed, battle power, and evade, I guess. Right, okay. That raises his battle power by quite a lot, actually. Well, let's try to get another one. Right. Just so I don't get beaten up too much by these guys while I'm trying to get them to give me what they have. Couldn't seal. Yeah, I guess they could defend. They wouldn't take quite as much damage then. Come on. Well, if this is how it's gonna be, I'm just not gonna bother with it. It's not required or anything. Yeah, okay, well. Maybe it figured as long as I hold on to my bandana, I don't die. It wanted to live a bit longer. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, there's something hidden that way. Ah, the frequency of those battles, man. Or I guess I could try once per fight like that whenever I meet them, and if they don't give it to me straight away, then they get killed by the auto crossbow. That wouldn't be quite as bad. Atlas Harmlet. That's a relic, isn't it? Raises fight damage. I might not necessarily be able to remember all of those hidden things, but that one I remembered anyway. I've probably started playing Final Fantasy VI more than I've actually played it all the way through. So the early parts of the game like that, I'm more familiar with them. Ah! Shadow! Received tent. I'm not even sure what these things are supposed to be. Trillium? It resembles nothing. I always like the look of this place. Yeah, those are the rope bridges we were talking about before, I guess. Well, is it necessary? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Because our magic was a bit down. I think this one in the middle can use poison attack or something like that. I don't know, I can't remember my characters getting poisoned in this area when I played it before. Yeah, I'm poisoned. That's better. I'm almost there, I think. Yeah, there we go. Seven sent you, right? Not really. Who are you? Seven, is he here? You were shadowing us earlier, right? Brilliant. And how unlucky it is that you have run into me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Should probably use Cure. I can't multi-target yet? Not here, maybe? Ah, with the R button. Uh-oh. Don't die, Luck. Oh, that was close. Yeah, isn't there something to steal from him? Not what I had in mind. It doesn't have anything else? Okay. come on! What's the matter? Enough! Off with you now. Give it up, Vargas. Is that you, Sabin? Vargas, what did you do it? How could you do your own father in like that? Fool. He made the mistake of choosing you as a successor. He snubbed me, his only son. No, you were the one he chose. You're a liar. Our master wanted you to be his successor, not me. He appreciated your fine spirit. Enough of your lies. Now have a taste of my superior technique. Mortal attack. Blizzard Fist. Ha! Sabin, the master taught you well. I guess there's no avoiding this. Fate made us train together, and fate will send you to your doom. Is it left, right, left? Yeah, it is left, right, left. What the? He already taught you that? If only you hadn't been in such a rush for power. Sabin! Big brother? The brothers are reunited. Younger brother? At first glance, I thought he was some bodybuilder who had strayed from his gym. Bodybuilder? I'll take that as a compliment. Anyway, brother, what are you doing here? We're on the way to the Sabil Mountains. To the Returner hideout, no doubt. I've been watching from afar, hoping that the world might regain some sanity. At this rate, Figaro will be reduced to a puppet state. Our time to strike back has arrived. The Empire is going to pay for what it has done. Think a bear like me could help you in your fight? You'd join us? Sabin! I think Duncan would rest easier if he knew his disciple played a part in bringing peace to the world. Let's get going. And with that, you get going. Receive tent. Ah, crud. Ah, well, I managed to steal another one. Well, wait, I'll try to steal one more time. I couldn't steal, oh well. Let's see. Skills, Sabin, does he have? Ah, yeah, he has a Suplex. And that's a Aura Beam, I think that one. It's a bit of a shame they don't tell you the names on the menu. Puts the drop on an enemy. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, that's gonna be all from me for today, because if I progress any further, I will not be able to grind off stream at all. For reasons I will perhaps not mention, just in case someone who has not played it yet is watching this. It's not a bad place because you've got the Rhinotaur, often accompanied by these guys too. So it's not a bad spot, and you can get Tonic to heal from those enemies. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here for today. About 2 hours then. Today, that's good. And I will be back tomorrow night. So right now it's 5:33 p.m. my time, and tomorrow night I will be back around 7 p.m. So that gives a bit of a perspective as to what my stream time will be. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow then, and we'll continue Final Fantasy VI. See you guys. Thanks for watching.